The Opel Admiral, produced between 1937 and 1939, was a luxury vehicle that marked Opel's entry into the high-end automobile market. Introduced at the 1937 Berlin International Motor Show, the Admiral was designed to compete with prestigious brands like Porsche, Mercedes-Benz and even Maybach. Available as a 4-door sedan and a 4-door convertible, with also a lot of independent coach builders applying different options, the Admiral featured a spacious and comfortable interior, suitable for long-distance travel on Germany's Autobahnen. Its design emphasized luxury and exclusivity, offering advanced features for its time, such as hydraulic shock absorbers on front and rear axles, enhancing ride comfort. The Admiral was equipped with a 3.6-liter inline-six producing 75 horsepower and 200 Nm of torque. This engine allowed the vehicle to reach a top speed of approximately 132 km an hour, which was quite fast for the time with a weight of a little over 1600 kilograms, because the car had an incredible length of 5 meters and 27 centimeters. The performance still was considered very impressive for the era, also considering that the estimated 0 to 100 time was around 30 seconds, with an estimated fuel consumption of 17.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Interior-wise, the car was fitted with plush cloth or even leather seats, offering both comfort and a touch of opulence. The seats were designed to accommodate 4 to 5 or even 6 passengers comfortably, reflecting the Admiral's status as a luxury sedan or a cabriolet. The dashboard was adorned with chrome, showcasing the era's attention to detail and craftsmanship. It had a luxurious clock, a speedometer, a fuel meter and even an oil pressure meter, and a coolant temperature meter. All these features had a symmetrical layout, giving the dashboard a clean look. Production of the Admiral ceased in October 1939 due to the outbreak of World War II, with many units requisitioned by the Wehrmacht for military use, mostly being the limousines and sometimes even being the more expensive cabriolets, serving as staff cars for high-ranking officers and in some cases even being rebuilt as ambulances. These ambulances mostly started off as limousines, with the end taken off, somewhat making them pickups with a cabin on the rear side made for the ambulances. The great production numbers of the Admiral had been quite high, considering the price it had, as the basic Admiral was offered as a 4-door limousine with manufacturer's listed price of 6,500 Reichsmark, which was considered very competitive. There was also a 4-door cabriolet listed at 7,000 Reichsmark. Customers wishing to spend more money for more style could choose a 2+2-seater cabriolet bodied Admiral from the coach builder Hëbmuller, listed at 8,450 marks. However, Hëbmuller also offered an imposing 6-seater Pullman limousine bodied Admiral with a lengthened passenger cabin in return for a shortened luggage locker, listed at 8,580 marks, being the most expensive option. Other coach-built versions included a 2+2-seater cabriolet bodied by Gläser, giving the car many possibilities to choose from besides the limousine and cabriolet delivered by Opel. The Admiral somewhat was an older and bigger brother of the a year later in 1938 introduced Opel Kapitän, which basically was a little bit smaller, less luxurious and less pricey, but was made a lot more, over 25,000 times in a little over 2 years. Because of the Kapitän being less luxurious and big, the purchase price was also way lower, as for the 2-door sedan or limousine, the purchase price was 3,575 Reichsmark, costing just a little over half of the price of the base Admiral. The more luxurious versions of the Kapitän, such as the 4-door sedan costing 3,975 and the 4 to 5-seater 4-window convertible, cost 4,325 Reichsmark. Between early 1937 and October 1939, Opel produced 6,404 Admirals, split between 3,500 limousine-bodied cars, 2,314 cabriolets, and 590 bare chassis supplied for completion to independent coach builders. By one reckoning, the Admiral had captured approximately 25% of the German luxury car market, making it a very successful luxury car for its time. The Opel Admiral's main competitors included luxury models from Porsche and Mercedes-Benz, all renowned for their high quality and prestigious automobiles. For example, the German Porsche types 830BL and 930V, which were produced around the same time period between 1937 and 1940, being powered by a 3.5-liter V8 with 82 horsepower in 1937 and a 3.8-liter V8 with 92 horsepower between 1938 and 1940, giving the car an estimated top speed of 125 to 130 km an hour, while still being very luxurious. I couldn't find that much of information about this car, but it was shaped and size-wise almost the same as the Opel Admiral. In the same time period, Mercedes-Benz also stepped in with its Mercedes-Benz W142 Type 320, made between 1937 and 1942, which also could be seen as a competitor, as this model was also a luxury car, available as both a limousine and a cabriolet. It had comparable specifications as that a 3.2-liter or a 3.4-liter inline-six, producing 77 horsepower in both cases, and also had a length of around 5.25 meters. As said earlier, the Admiral's price was very good, giving the car a good market share of almost 25%, which could simply be seen as the price of the Mercedes-Benz W142 started at 6,500 Reichsmark, which actually is quite comparable. But the cabriolet version started at around 12,000 Reichsmark, which was a lot higher than the price of the Admiral Cabriolet, which was rated at around 8,500 Reichsmark, made by Coachbuilders besides Opel. The Admiral did not have a direct predecessor, as it was Opel's initial entry into the luxury car segment. Some could say it was the Opel Regent, although this isn't actually said anywhere. Its production was halted due to the war, and it wasn't until 25 years later, in 1964, that Opel reintroduced the Admiral's nameplate with the Admiral A, followed by the Admiral B in 1969, both part of Opel's CAD line, Kapitän Admiral Diplomat, or KAD series. The Admiral stood out for its luxurious appointments and advanced engineering, the availability of both sedan or limousines and convertible body styles provided versatility catering to different customer preferences. Its hydraulic shock absorbers and robust engine made it a desirable choice for those seeking comfort and performance in the late 1930s. With the Admiral being discontinued in 1939, there was one unique part about the car that wasn't discontinued: its engine, the 3.6-liter inline-six, as this engine was used during the Second World War to power Opel's trucks at that time, the 3.5-ton Opel Blitz. A funny part about this Opel Blitz was that the 3.5 tons was the heavy-duty and heavier truck, and there also was a lighter variant using the 2.5-liter inline-six, taken out of the smaller brother of the Admiral, the Kapitän. So basically both of the luxury cars made by Opel had its engines used in the military truck department. Thanks for watching this video. If you would like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Also check out my other Opel videos, and also check out this playlist with many more interesting videos covering various parts of the automotive industry, and I will see you in the next video.